great melting pot, streets paved with gold, the land of prosperity. This is America, where people from all over the world come to live out their dreams and experience hope under the American Constitution, with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all. Remember, always, that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionaries. These are the faces of America.
I am from Colombia, South America.
I was born during the Depression, raised almost during the war.
I came here many years ago when I was 17 years old to study English in Minnesota.
I started to go to school in Mission Street to learn English, and I didn't know not anything. I took class in Italy, but English class, okay, I did. But when people were talking to me, it was just.
I met an American whom I married in 1961.
I met my husband here.
And at that time, this was a different country.
We are in New York, and all those people, and the building, you felt like, what's that? You felt like you were moving with them. you felt like, but it wasn't. I never remember that I was scared or anything. I was just a surprise, curious. I don't know, but never feeling of
I remember going to a big store in Dallas, Texas, Neiman Marcus, and look and see that they had a fountain for blacks to drink and a fountain for whites. So that was one memory I have of what this country was at one time. I had an opportunity to go to Hawaii as a nanny for an American company for about 2 months, and I spent those 2 months with this little girl on the beach. So I got really, really dark. There was white under my eyes, and there was white on the palms of my hands. So when we were on the plane, getting on the plane to come back to the States, a little girl that was with her family turned around to her parents and said, "I don't want to sit by that black woman." That was quite a shock. In the process of learning English, I had an opportunity to take my driver's test. And I sat next to the examiner, and he told me, "Go ahead, back up." And I was totally confused. I had no idea whether he wanted me to go ahead or back up. And being nervous about taking the test, that was totally shocking to me, and I just fell apart. The officer said, "Well, come back when you're more composed."
You go visit the people here, they put a table with a whole lot of cookies, a lot of things, a lot of salami and cheese, yeah, different. There was a lot of food abundance. They came with a dinner, and they came with this big piece of meat. I thought it was just for 3 of us, so it was my portion. I said, "What's this?" "Oh, that's for you." Oh, I said, "For me." I was like that. It's just that really, I get a little nauseated because I see all the meat, a piece of meat just for one person. That piece of meat you can feed a family.
Another example is I was invited to dinner at somebody's house, and I ate the dessert with such gusto that they offered me more, but I had enough, so I said, "No, thank you, I am fed up," meaning that I had had enough. And of course, there was laughter, And they were very nice about correcting me and teaching me about being full, not fill up.
I mean, tasty. That I remember the butter. I said, "This is butter. What's that?" And I put it back.
Getting along with the American people, it was hard at first because I think you have to kind of cross the language and culture barriers. But I have been kind of an audacious person all my life, so I didn't mind making mistakes and just trying to make friends. And just taking my chances of being misunderstood or just saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. But I have found that if you try, people are usually very nice and are willing to make friends.
No, the people, I was just very curious, you know, I was listening, looking at the people. Didn't, no, I find it very, very
I have
courteous.
found out that a lot of the problems have been misunderstandings because of the differences. Even though there is prejudice, you find that everywhere. But I have had no problem getting along with Americans.
Well, I never felt like a true in America. I learned and I adapted myself to this new I would say this new life. But I never. I'm Italian, okay, but I appreciate the life for me too.
I waited 33 years as a legal resident before I became an American citizen, and that was something the only one thing I didn't have living in the United States was the right to vote. So I was very interested in how my voice was being heard, and I decided I should become an American citizen, and I blessed that moment because I love the United States. It is my second country, and I am just happy that I have lived here most of my life.
Signorina, questo è per lei. Welcome in America.